Yo, what up? This is OTC here with my first video, right? Now, I just found out about this the other day. Because I'm from Tampa, but I ain't been in Tampa in a minute. I've been gone or whatever. But anyway, this is about pretty much a notorious project housing in Tampa called Robles Park, right? And I found out it got built in 1951. So it's been there over 60, 70 years, maybe. I'm not exactly counting, but that's a long time. All right. So, yeah, about what, 50, 60, shit, almost about 70 years. Yeah. So apparently they got built on top of a cemetery, right? So I'm gonna just play this little news clip real quick before I go in.
Community are outraged.
I couldn't do nothing but cry.
Because when you feel your history has been buried, it can be very hard to overcome.
When someone is laying to rest, and that's just it, they're laying to rest. And for you to go back and to disturb them, they're not at rest.
In the early 1900s, hundreds of African American men and women found their final resting place here at the Zion Cemetery along Florida Avenue in Tampa. But when the Housing Authority built Robles Park Village in 1951, some of those bodies were likely permanently encased underneath the development, and the memory of that cemetery was forgotten until now.
My gosh, we've got to make this as right as we can right now.
Fred Hearns chronicles Tampa's African American history, but never knew the story about this until now.
It's frustrating because as we look at this part of history, it makes me wonder how many other significant things in Black history were kept from us. Tampa's part of the Deep South, and we know that segregation, racism ran rampant, and that Black lives did not always matter.
The fact that Zion Cemetery could be so quickly covered up really goes to show what life was like in the 1920s for African Americans.
Today's officials with the Housing Authority had no part in what the agency did decades ago, but offered their deepest apologies. The chief operating officer told me the land might have been developed without confirming all bodies were properly removed. And they do now plan to move forward with an archaeological assessment while balancing respect for those precious bodies.
People deserve respect, no matter what color you are.
Yeah, so basically, right? So you know how that shit go. You got these motherfucking piece of shit ass land developers, slumlords that will build on top of cemeteries and shit, and especially black cemeteries. Now, um, there's a Tampa History Museum that I went to. Right now, if you go there, because this is 801 Water Street, downtown Tampa. If you go there, right, they have a I want to say like a Black History section, but it's just a history about Tampa, right? And this is probably like 2014, 2013. I had went in there, and I didn't know uh, that Central Ave was like that whole little street right there, like that was like Black Wall Street. And a lot of y'all who know, if y'all know about Black Wall Street, the history of Black Wall Street up in Tulsa, Oklahoma, how black people just had shit on lock. We had our own businesses. We didn't have to go to white people for literally anything, before they came and burned it down or whatever. Um, I think all of that comes behind the Emmett Till story, if I'm not mistaken. But but Central Ave was one of those places in Tampa. It was like his very own Black Wall Street. And if you go into that history museum, right, it will show you that. And actually, they have they have tons of pictures of black people with businesses. Matter of fact, we got like some statues. Um, I think there's like a little trail. 'Cause I think this is this park right here. There's a trail along that park, and there's statues like of people's heads, and one of them is a black woman, and she had the very first hospital. I think she was a nurse, and then she like created her own hospital out of a house where black people can go and get help, seek some type of medical attention, you know. So it's a lot of Black history in Tampa. Um, yeah, and if matter of fact, they even have it where you can inside the museum in the little Black history section, they showing all these pictures, right? And they saying if y'all can if y'all know these people, let us know. That way, I guess they can connect the dots and get better stories. And actually, that would be a good thing because if you got roots in here in Tampa, see, my people, we're kind of like out of Ocala. I'm like second generation far as Tampa, but like I'm like a generation and a half far as Tampa. But anyway, um, if y'all can go in there and like start looking at these pictures and be like, oh, that's my great grandfather or whatever, honestly, that can help figure out who these people are, and y'all can figure out who owned what. Y'all, it might be some money lined up for you. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't know, we don't remember who these people are. Like the history was passed down verbally, but stuff wasn't put on paper, or if it is documented, it's sitting up in a box somewhere that don't nobody look at. Like it's a lot of history in Tampa, and the reason I call that place Robles Park, I would get on notorious Robles Park. I would get into that on another video about Rashida, because I see they're putting her on what they putting her on what's that, American Gangster? Yeah, they putting her on there. I saw that for BET. So I was like, dang, like okay, she finna, I don't know if she getting out soon or whatever. I'll look into that. But yeah, I'll go into that on another video. But yeah, um, you know, that graveyard, uh, yeah, they basically shitted on the black people there. But you know, um, I've been hearing about to tear that place down, and I guess it's because of the gravesite. I need to figure out who figured that out. Oh, you know what? During the video, I think it was like another video. I think a body popped up, like the grave was coming up or something, and I think that's how they found out. I think it, don't get me the line, but I heard something to that effect. But yeah, I'm trying to see all these pictures, man. See if they show like the little Black History section. Um, I know I got pictures in there. I know I got pictures. I just don't have them with me right now. But anyway, yeah. So that concludes this video about Robles Park. Um, built in 1951. Um, do not move there. Whatever, at all costs, don't move there. But hey, I'll be back with another video. This is OTC signing out. Holla.